There's no one here. I'm just talking to myself. If it isn't my favorite, Wendy Sue. Hi. Wendy, I'm on a struggle bus today. I can't figure out how to do this. What is wrong with me? Okay, well, I guess we're getting a border today because I don't know what I'm doing. This is not. Let me add myself back on there. Let's try. All right, I give up. I give up. That's what we get. Hi. Hi, Suzette. I am discombobulated. The moose antlers fell off the wall, knocked the power out. The camera, this formatting is, I think it's weird, but maybe it's not. It is weird, right? Picture and I'm not doing picture in picture. Why can't I figure this out? All right, I'm taking myself off, but I'll be right. I'm just. What camera is this going off of? All right, I give up. Hi, Darla. Hi, Claire. Okay, so super discombobulated because Claire Coco tried to kill me when we were on a FaceTime and made the moose antlers fall off the wall, and they almost stabbed me, and then I almost died. So, word of advice is watch out for Claire Coco because she'll get you. Sorry, that really the antlers really did fall off the wall and knock the power out. Today I chose as a topic planning for the DC Pen Show, and I don't know if anyone else has the same afflictions that I do, but I start planning early because I'll change the plan. Close. It's been 30 seconds, Claire. Close. We lost someone already? Wow. Okay. Well, I like to plan ahead, right? Pick which pens. Hi, Serge. Pick which pens I want to bring. Hi, Becky. I'm okay. Catching up. I like to pick which pens I'm going to bring in which bag and kind of make lists. I love to make lists. I made a little pen show notebook because for Father's Day, Tim got me bookbinding supplies, like the wood thing where you can do the holes and then the book press. And so in order to not lose the argument that I would never use it, I used it. I'll use it more, but I have to figure out what I'm bringing. Hi, Lisa. So I left the pens in the other room. Okay. This is all related to the moose antlers. Hi, Sue. Let me get the pens because that's how today is going. You guys, I am a hot mess with the emphasis on mess. The pens are right here. Oh, thank you. Reverse haircut, like I just haven't cut it in a bit. So it's growing out, but thanks. I showed a friend of mine. I was like, oh, I'm going to bring this 20 pen book. And they were like, it's kind of ugly. They didn't say it like that, but so now I'm reassessing because I don't know. So I have this 12 pen book I don't know who made it. It was a gift from my very first fountain pen subreddit, Secret Santa. Yeah, you know these. You're familiar. So I thought, okay, I'll bring two 12 pen holders full of pens. Say that 10 times fast. Two 12 pen holders to the DC Pen Show. So I think that's going to be one. And then I have this 12 pen roll from Rickshaw, which, I mean, you know, their stuff, like the material's great. This is super soft. As a pen roll, I wouldn't necessarily recommend a 12 pen roll. When this is fully with pen, it's huge. It's like carrying a thing of 1980s Maxwell House coffee with you. But and my friend Sue said, well, you don't have to roll it up. You could just fold it and put a notebook in the middle. So I might do that. But this is a pillow. Or I might just sneak my ugly pen book because it holds 20 pens and I don't care if it gets banged up. I don't know. I have not decided. I could bring 20 plus 12. I don't know, right? Okay. So here is where we are in the planning thus far. I have a nib appointment with Kirk Spear, and I have a nib appointment with JJ Lax, and then I really am hoping to get a nib appointment with Gina Salarino. So Kirk tuned that Mont Blanc 146 that I showed you last week. That did sell. Someone did buy that. He tuned that and did a phenomenal job. So I think I have a couple pens that I want tuned, and then a couple. I don't know that I want nib grinds, which is okay too. Like perfectly good. Get a nib appointment, just tune. Specifically, we have 38 days, 8 minutes, and 20 something. Oh, that's backwards. 47 seconds. Am I that obsessed about the DC Pen Show? Yes and no. This was leftover from my son's graduation. We set a countdown timer so he could see how much longer he had to suffer through the rigors of high school. Yes. So that I was like, well, okay. The only big thing I have to look forward to at that point was the Pen Show. Now it's been on there and it's kind of fun. Okay. So I think pen storage, I think we're going with this look, which I don't know. Shut up. Look at that. Okay. Right? Maybe? I don't know. Okay. But that's generally pen storage solved, right? Where's my notebook? Guys, gals, I am losing it today. All right. Also, it is June 24th, and I don't think I've mentioned in any videos up till now, but happy Pride Month, right? Whether, you're a he, a she, a guy, a gal, a L, a G, a B, a T, a Q, an I, an ally. If you're any of those, happy Pride Month, okay? Genuinely. Okay, these are the pens I think I'm taking. Rust Orange Pelikan. Well, you saw these. Okay. A Pelikan that I need tuned. my Visconti Divina that needs to be tuned, my green Pelican Sovereign demonstrator, just because, my Aurora Conte, the Delta. Okay, I know, it's like ADHD pen hour, the one-man pen club. Do you remember this Delta Sign of Times cave painting with the like best finial on a pen ever? This was sent to me for review and gifted. I could keep it from Pen Chalet, and it has been inked since, and I am super, super impressed. It has outlasted the duration bias. So like it, you know, sometimes you get a pen, you love it, it's new, it becomes not so new, and you realize you really don't love it that much. I really do love this pen. Now, I heard someone somewhere talking about the Delta oversized, and they were not a fan. But this Delta, I absolutely love this pen. So I'm bringing it just because I enjoy writing with it. My Visconti Opera Master, I'm bringing because also I just want to write with it. So I'm going from the DC Pen Show then to my family, to visit my family for a week. Yes. A couple pens I was going to sell. I'm second guessed that the Amber ST DuPont. I'm just having second thoughts, but we'll see. My vintage sterling silver dip pen is going. My green Opus 88. My turquoise Diplomat Arrow. The Laban Glacier. Laban 325 Glacier. Some of these, I don't know. You guys, you know I'm a green person, right? But look what's happening. All of my currently inked, mostly, okay, ignore that one, are this like turquoise Arctic colorway, but that's okay. I don't know that did we get a good look at this last week? I was kind of flying through pens, but this Laban 325, believe it or not, I bought it with a broad nib. Actually, I got it with a broad nib because it was the last one left in this material. And I have been mad journaling with a broad nib. A broad nib. So I'm wondering, my journal is a full, it's not easy being green. My journal is like a full size, this, like, that's my journal. There's my head. B6, B5, A, I don't know. It's bigger than an A5, whatever that is. I hope you were not here for genuinely informative information. And while I generally, like I would not use a broad in my planner, which is the biggest place I use my pens, correspondence, and my planner, that I am enjoying it in journaling because that page is so big. I mean, filling that page with a fine nib can seem like a daunting task. And so I would rather use the broad nib, fill the page faster, even if it means I journal 3 pages. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about today. We're here to talk about the pen show. So those are some of the pens I'm bringing. I'm fully undecided on the rest. So I put on here to bring 2 Velmas. I haven't decided which 2. My stainless steel Lamy 2000 that has a broad nib. What the hell is going on? I say happy Pride, and suddenly I'm into broads. I bought a Sailor last year at the pen show. I showed you. It was kind of fun color, like greens, and that is a nib that needs to be fixed at the pen show. So I am using that one. And then my Pilot Fermo. Yes. So last year DC was my first pen show, right? So I wasn't sure what the protocol was. I wasn't even sure why people would bring pens they already owned, aside from like a single pen that they were using. But, having now gone to DC and people are in the lobby and doing their thing and, oh, try this pen and, oh, can I try that? So that social aspect was really very cool. And yeah. Oh, and I have this really pretty light blue, we saw it last week, pen from Relic Pens. And I keep asking Patrick if he has more of the blank, and he says no, which is, of course, disappointing. And so I want to bring it back to the DC Pen Pro and be like, just look at it one more time. And then, you know what? I will drop the topic if you try to make the blank one more time. I was going to bring pens, but I don't ink everything. So I don't really clean pens very often. It's a problem. I really, like you can hire a housekeeper. I need to hire like a pen cleaner that comes over and like cleans them all. Once a month, someone comes over, cleans all the pens. That would be amazing. You bring pen speed, right? Well, maybe I won't. Well, okay, here's the thought, though. I'm going to my family's house for a week, like a full calendar week. Actually, a week plus a day. So if I will only be able to use what's inked because any ink I buy in DC, a friend of mine is going to ship back to Arizona for me. Just so, you know what I mean? So, like, I don't have to cart them around and all of that. So, I mean, but I don't need 24 pens inked for a two. Well, no. Okay, so I'll ink some and leave some uninked. Okay, but then I have to get. Okay, we know what we're going to put the pens in. And then don't judge my Merce because it's a little discombobulated right now. I'll zip it shut. And yes, happy Pride Month. So you're welcome to carry a Merce. This is mine. It's kind of messenger baggy sling. This is from Alpaca Gear. There's my glasses. This is to like hook a jacket on, but as I recall last year, it was I do not need a jacket. Maybe people can dip into ink to play versus fill. Oh, you know what? I could be a complete shady queen. And just go down to the swatching table and just fill a pen. I wouldn't do that. Okay, so I'm going to bring this to like walk around with during the day. The only downside to this is that I have to like carry a water bottle in my hand then, and I worry that I will set it down and leave it because, of course, you like set it down to pick up a pen Alternatively, I have an amazing backpack from Alpaca Gear too. This one. Okay, don't mind I don't know what that is. When I tell you those moose antlers came off the wall and almost impaled me, I'm not kidding. That was at like 5 o'clock tonight. So, like, not sponsored. Alpaca makes a really good backpack. You have some zippers, but like you have, nice accessible pockets. But here's the thing. I am a giant, right? Kind of. What pen is this? I just found a pen. So if I'm wearing a backpack and I'm turning around, that's right at like normal. Yeah, I agree. So, but if I have a backpack on, it's going to be right at everybody's eye level. Which, if you've been to the DC Pen Show, and I would assume the San Francisco Pen Show, there's not always, it's not like you're walking around at Disneyland. There's not all the space on the sides. No backpack, too hot. This one is really good. Get a clip and get your water bottle clipped to your. Okay. Sounds like a plan. The last option, because Okay. The last option for in the pen show is, I feel like this is a sponsored, it's really not, is this Alpaca Gear tote that does have like a pocket for the water bottle. And that's what I brought last year. That water's probably in there from last year if you really want to know. I'm kidding. Obviously, I'll have to clean that water bottle out. Crossbody all the way. I have a Timbuktu, Olivia, but it's like smuggle someone in it. Like, it's huge. I wish I was sponsored by Alpaca Gear because their bags are amazing. Lisa, was that face for the fact that the water may or may not have been in there since last year? I know. Yeah, this one, even though this is a tote, there is a spot to put like a crossbody strap on. Okay, got to be careful with that sentence. You can affix a strap to that bag. It probably isn't. Sometimes I just say the funny thing. Or sometimes it really could be sponsored by Alpaca Gear though, because look, they make this little pouch that holds a passport notebook, 2 pens. I know. Alpaca, somebody message Alpaca and be like, oh, bye, Lisa. Not due to judgment over the water. Sure. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I'm gonna have to like pour boiling water on that just because I don't remember when I used it. So those are the bags that I have, and then I'll check a bag. So just because 2 weeks, that you need clothes for 2 weeks. Like you need athletic shoes, tennis shoes. Tell me you're old if you call them tennis shoes, or now they call them what? Trainers? I don't know. To me, they're always going to be tennis shoes. So those are the bags. I will probably. I'll decide. Well, you know what? You comment below which bag you think for in the show, the crossbody sling or the tote. I can also flat pack the tote in my checked bag sneakers. Yeah, those two. I can flat pack the tote and bring the tote in my checked bag and carry the. I don't know. We'll see. I don't have huge plans to buy, but I have a couple more things that saved my butt last year at the pen show. Liquid IV or some sort of electrolyte drink mix powder. I use the brand Liquid IV, and they have it sugar-free or regular. Some flavors are better than others, but for me, being from DC, or I am not from DC, I live in the desert. It is hotter here, but the humidity in DC kicked my butt. Like I had to bring a handkerchief and was like mopping my forehead. Yeah, the humidity for me was tough. I was not at all used to it. So in my water bottle, I would put that electrolyte drink mix, and that helped keep me hydrated. And then, because I'm old, I'm not old, I'm 50. Actually, based on how they say birthdays, I'm already 51 and headed into my 52nd year of life soon. Anyway, I bought a little fan. Pretty good strength. I do vape. You've all seen that. So sometimes at the pen show, I will be like sitting out front vaping. Have a good night, Serge. So I thought, okay, you know what? I'll for real bring a little fan. I can go around the corner, whatever. I would rather be comfortable. I am not going to the pen show to be voted Mr. Pen Universe 2025. I just want to go have fun, be social, and be comfortable. So electrolytes, these are weird things. I'm glad I brought because I pack for the apocalypse. I say also something you want to bring is pen storage. Okay, so when you're buying pens, if you haven't already, you may not know this. So this is in case you don't know. But even it varied from like maker to maker what the pens came in, right? So some maker pens had a thinner fabric cover. Some pens come in a box. So I am leaving intentionally empty room in whatever pen storage I'm flying with. I'm leaving empty spaces. Dual purpose. One, it gives me safe, good quality storage to travel with my pens, either travel home. But it also is going to be a visual limiter for me to know that if I have 3 empty spots in my pen case, that's it, right? Just like good. It's good to go to the pen show with kind of your end goal in mind. Be flexible, but have a budget. I did spend a good chunk of money last year, but I didn't go over budget. But this year, because I'm trying to just rein in the spending a little, I'm going to bring my budget in cash. So at least in the DC show, if this is your first year there, then the cell reception isn't always great. So if you're trying to do like, I think Galen Leather last year was like cash only. Some other vendors were, preferred cash. And the cell service wasn't great. So using their little credit card thing, plus I hear that sometimes you can get a little bit of a savings if you're paying cash, right? Cash is king. So I'm bringing my budget in cash so that's it. Like I can see it. I know what I have left. What else? Comfortable shoes. I would say bring some sort of notebook to swatch the test pens on that is the paper that you normally use. So most makers and sellers will have paper out where to test pens, etc. But if you are a ride or die Tomoe River paper fan, and what the maker or seller has out is Mnemosyne or Clairefontaine paper, that's not going to be the experience then when you get home and you're using Tomoe River paper. So, bring an insert. Mine is here. So I don't know if I'll bring this. If I don't bring this, then I purchase this for nothing. So in this, I have a blank passport insert, pencil board, the small sticker release paper insert, because, people give out stickers, little swatching, some swatch cards, some Q-tips, and then that's it. That's all that's in there. So, all right. Those are some of my tips for this year. It's only 6:02. Oh my gosh, I'm so tired. Okay. I'm trying to give it a little time. That was wicked cool. What was wicked cool? Oh, the little passport, the little planner. This also has a pen loop. Again, not sponsored by Moterm, but the pen loop has elastic on the back. Hi, Tom. Oh my gosh, long time no see. This is the dark orange or rust orange Moterm passport planner. Because you have that elastic on the back, it can really accommodate, a thicker pen. And compared to the Delta, that is pretty compact for your bag for a pen show. Kind of have, an emergency backup credit card. You're going to go to lunch. You're going to do all sorts of things. So I do think this is going to go. That is entirely what it was purchased for. So, on the trip, I'll have my big planner too in my bag because that's but not down in the show. Last year, that was tough. I didn't bring pen. Oh, cool. Vendor stamps. See? Sue coming in smart as always. Pen storage was tough. I ended up losing receipts and stuff, so I can use this back pocket immediately for receipts. Is there anything? I'm trying to think if there was anything else. Yes. Starbucks, the little instant coffee sachets. I always travel with those because you can always brew hot water through a coffee pot, even if the hotel coffee is horrible. Like you can get a cup of hot water. So then if you bring the little pouches, because you get this little cup of coffee in the hotel room and you're like, okay, I have 2 cups at home about this big. Then you get a caffeine headache. Yes. So other things I didn't know were that you didn't necessarily have to have a nib appointment with a nib meister. Say you just want to buy a journaler nib from Gina Salarino. She may have some at the show that she has pre-ground, or a spear point nib from Kirk Spear, or an architect nib / scribe nib from JJ Lax. They may have some of those ground on, say, a Yovo number 6 nib. And so if you can't get an appointment, but all you wanted was the scribe nib, look on the table, ask, hey, are you selling any pens, any nibs on their own? Kirk Spear normally does sell some additional nibs decorated for the different pen shows. I did not get one last year. I am going to get one this year. Yeah. What else? Oh, so I have stickers. I have new stickers this year. So last year, at the pen show, I gave out a little journal band with like a cactus charm on it, an ink sample, a sticker, all in this little bag. It was kind of laborious to do. Like, I don't want to travel with all of those ink samples. I'm just not going to do it. So I have these stickers, Desert Inkwell, meet me at the pen show. To share with people, my logo sticker, and then this sticker. This funny one that I had made. Don't be a prick. It's a cactus with a fountain pen. So, a lot of people exchange stickers. It's really fun. I have all of mine from last year on one of these 40-ounce Stanleys. And then the stickers I get this year will go on a new Stanley. It's just for fun. I'll make some pen rests for friends. So I can always get a show nib. Yeah. Oh, see, Claire says she always gets one. I don't know why I didn't last year. I mean, now I wish I had. So you live and you learn. What do you know? Yeah, I think that's generally what I'm bringing to the pen show. I am going with a less of a focus on purchasing this year and more to socialize. Which anyone who's gone to a pen, you make friends. And for the most part, you can buy pen stuff anywhere. But I can't hang out with my pen friends in person. So that's my focus this year. I won't be doing a video from the pen show. I might do one from my parents' house the following week. But the pen show is for me, in the sense, I may post pictures. I will post pictures from there, but I'm not doing what Mike Matson does, going around. If you want to see a walkthrough of the pen show, go to Inkdependence channel. He's got it down. He knows everybody. I go. It's the big thing I do. last year and this year. So I go for me. I thought it was going to film last year, and I just was like, nope, this is for me. I'm just going to be present and focused for that time that I have in person with my friends. So, okay. We're not going to be on super late today because I'm starving. I have to fix the rigmarole behind me, but I am doing a small pen giveaway over on Instagram to celebrate Pride Month. So if you are interested in this pen or just being a kick-ass rock star, ally, you name it, head over to my Instagram, which is Desert Inkwell, no underscore. I will be giving away the Novelure It Gets Better X Novelure. This is one of the ones from 2024. One of the pens from their Pride collection. And I have, this one isn't mine, but I have one. It's the, oh, come on. This pen is like fucking super glittery. This is a stub nib. And you have a beautiful rainbow nib. And I got it as a stub for this because I figured most people are going to want to use some sort of shimmer or glitter ink. So just drop by my Instagram. I'll put a post up probably tomorrow. Drop over there and just tell me, just leave a comment about why you think we still need Pride Month. It's not a political statement. It can be. We can make it political, but I'm more concerned about just people supporting other people. So I'll put that post up either tonight or tomorrow. Check my Instagram, leave a message, and then I'll announce whoever won it next week in the live video. Wait, is next week 4th of July? Okay, what are we going to do? No, next Tuesday is July 1st. So perfect timing. That's when we'll announce who wins. It's too complicated for me to say you have to be a subscriber here and a subscriber there. Like, I would love it if you subscribed if you're not already, but if you don't want to subscribe and you just want a chance to win a pretty glitter sparkle fun pen, like, just go ahead and enter. If you're already subscribed, like, it'd be great if you didn't unsubscribe, but yeah, that'll be over there next week. I'm going to cut it short a little because I really am starving. And yeah, have fun, do the thing. Again, thank you to anyone who reached out over the past week. I know last week was kind of rough for me. I can't promise that I won't have another rough week at some point, but I'm glad you're here. You are much, much appreciated, and I will see you all next Tuesday. You have a good... I don't know how to get out of this thing. Have a good night. I'll see you next week. All right. Is it off? Wait. Hello?